Namaste to Guruji. Jai Guruji Aunty. Good
Yeah,
morning.
good morning. So yesterday we really spoke and read about how our guru enables us to go through our karmic destiny. And no matter how hard our karmic destiny is, he handholds us throughout. And that is a reassurance he always gives to each one of his devotees. So, progressing on to the next chapter, the more selfless your love, the greater the happiness all around. Baba and Rabda sat in silence. Baba had told him often that all of heaven and beyond reposes in the womb of calm silence. Very often, Baba would shut his eyes and go within, and the power and intensity of his aura would increase. It was strange that even when Rabda sat in silence, sometimes looking out into the sky or at the snow capped mountains or the fire, um, or just observing Baba with no ripple in his mind, no break in his breath, no conflict in his heart, no words floating within or without. He felt a sense of oneness with Baba, the world around, and the beyond, the beyond. So, this is how we feel at times when we're sitting, um, staring into space, remembering our Guru, and we just get into a different zone altogether where we are actually connecting to our divine, our higher being, our higher energy. But there was one thought, however, that was bothering him, that one patankida, or a large worm, wriggling about in his auric rectal opening. Speak up, Rabda. As remember, silence when calm can bring the very gods to the chambers of your heart and your surroundings. But silent anger attracts lower energies to the person as it creates spots and then holes in the aura and distorts the vibrations in the surroundings. This is very pivotal point again. When we're silent and calm, then the divine permeates the very chambers of our heart. But when we are calm but angry, sorry, not calm but angry, silent but angry, that silent anger lowers our own energies and it depletes our aura. And then the negative energies can permeate our aura and make us unwell and make us negative. So it's important to observe ourselves and see which one we are in, what space we're in. And confused silence is just a nuisance. And you, my boy, are so confused and silent that they should create another word for your quiet imbecility. I guess you can tell me anything as you have God and the entire army of light workers at your core, and you are my God, and I am just a musician. A very off-tune musician, I may add, and one who can't even commit suicide silently, just in case you want to get into the heart of the matter, says Baba Sai. Hilarious, says Rabda. But as you wanted to know what I wanted to say, here goes. Remember, you told me about how karma has to be faced up to, and how what goes through one has to go through. You spoke about Radha Krishna, and how you sat not 100 feet away, knowing she was burning to death, and still could not or would not save her. Though you could, and show, but you still did not. Obviously, for her future life and karmic growth and all that shit chat that spirituality so beautifully words. Spirituality can truly word everything so beautifully and convincingly, right? But your life is filled with miracles, left, right, and center. You used to perform miracles. You've saved people from death so very often, continued Rabda. You just just to make your devotees reach the railway station and catch the train on time, have ordered the sky to stop raining, and the sky has obliged. You have made the fire calm down, sitting in a masjid, while the fire would have burnt your devotees' crops down. You have made the blind see, the dead alive, the barren get children. So now, Baba Sai says, obviously, I have no mantra of how to shut you up. Now that you would be a miracle. Now that would be a miracle. And you have shocked people, witless, by separating your limbs all over the masjid, Ai or Dwarka Mai, and then sort of saying, this is yoga. Do not give too much attention to my limbs scattered all over the place. You have done it all. You are one of the only masters who is never shy of performing a damn miracle. You read the minds and hearts of everybody who come in front of you. You know exactly what each one said or did. You, with your touch, could grant a glimpse of the creation. But still, you sat and allowed one of your greatest disciples to burn to death. Of course, it is confusing when, you know, the devotee is so pure and so devout to the Guru, and how Guru allows the devotee to burn to death before his very eyes. So the answers will come. You allowed your nearest and dearest devotees who served you and spent so much time and their very lives with you to suffer. Their small children would die and you would do nothing. They would become bankrupt and you would give your karma monologue. Why? If you do something and can do something, do so for all, or then don't do it for anybody. Why make some feel special and others feel alone and unloved? So I think all devotees, even Guruji's devotees, today feel like that how come Guruji is not coming in my dream and he came in your dream? How come all your prayers are being answered and mine are not? It is not the case. Everyone has their own individual journey and their own karmic lot to go through. And Guruji handholds each one of us. How he does it is only his meher, his miracle, and his grace. We don't know. But the faith and the absolute belief and trust that Guruji is with us no matter what we're going through, no matter how heavy the storm and how harsh the winds, he is with us. But he's allowing us to go through those karmas for our highest good. So, therefore, we feel sometimes that there is no divine intervention. Baba filled the chillam and smoked, and then passed it on to Rabda. This way, both the men smoked for a while. Baba's face glowed. His eyes radiated all of divinity. He then looked at Rabda and smiled. How much you talk, Bacha. Then he smiled and shut his eyes. It was as though this seemingly glaring paradox had bothered him too. And it is a paradox. People feel that. The how come some devotees' work is done in a blink of an eye. And then there are other devotees who are struggling and striving and nothing moves. The needle just doesn't move. I will tell you exactly the same words which I told my dear Nana Sahib. The same chap for whom you materialized a horse carriage and a driver so that the Udi holy ash you had given for Nana's daughter, who was in labor and in another town, but in severe pain and in danger of dying, could receive in the middle of the night. You sent somebody carrying the Uri. Ramgir Bua. Okay, so you send Ramgir to give Nana the holy ash, and our man Ramgir gets off the train and a horse carriage with a driver, materializes, takes Ramgir to Nana's house, and then Nana gets the Uri and asks Ramgir how he had come so late in the night, so far away from the station. Ramgir says, by the horse carriage he Nana had sent. And Nana says, what the? And Ramgir looks around and there is no horse carriage. No horse crapping its salsa, no driver, no Ramgir. Scratch my. Yes, the same, Nana. Now I can continue speaking, or are you going to further show off your knowledge of how much you know of my life? Okay, go on. Some other master would have been beaming from ear to toe and blessing me with all sorts of stuff for being so informed about all the spiritual showing off that you've done. My butcher, this world loves glitter. They love it. They see love, they love tamasha, dramatics. Stop the rain, get the blind to see, walk on water, read their minds, predict the future. They love all this. And come from far and wide, and more the miracles, the greater the master. Like Guruji used to say too, chamatkar nu namaskar unde. So when we see a chamatkar before our very eyes, we say, oh wow, Guruji's at work. You have to keep performing like a dancer or a clown in the circus. Keep performing miracles like a juggler. And only then can win the faith and love of a few. No miracles means the master is a bloody sham and a complete waste of time. Tajuddin Baba and I performed miracles as that was our portfolio. He and I performed miracles at the drop of a hat, as the ones who came to us were very poor, so broken, so flogged that they needed to go beyond the state of hopelessness and be embraced with the grace of the Master. In this case, through miracles. They were desperate, and we performed miracles. Some masters have to perform miracles, while some have to make sure they refrain from obvious miracles, though the moment you come into contact with a master, miracles abound. Some you can see and some you will never see, or even know about them till later. So again, my God, this is parallel to what Guruji used to say. One, chamatkar nu namaskar hunda hai, and dusra, कई blessings गुप्त होती हैं and you don't even see them. So कई बार, the blessings are intangible and you don't even get to realize. But in hindsight, we say, oh, mera ye bhi theek ho gaya, wo bhi theek ho gaya. So then you realize that Guruji is always at work and our lives are always constantly work in progress. So that is the miracle, having him in the very heart of our lives, because he's leveling out everything on his watch, on his timing. And so we must never doubt. We don't need to see visible, tangible, but we need to believe that even our own inner, maybe, things that are lacking within us, they are now shining. Lack of confidence, he makes us confident. Lack of self esteem, he makes us have a healthy self esteem. So, all these things you cannot put your finger on. They are not tangible, but they are very real and they are very solid. So, do you know what the greatest miracle is? Leading an individual from darkness into light is the greatest miracle. That is it. He's just hit the nail on the head. Guruji used to say, "Main tonu taran aaya." And whenever he used to bless people, he used to say, "Main hoon banda banata." Because all our minor vices, our lower worlds, as they say in Buddhism, they say there are higher worlds and there are lower worlds. So the lower worlds are our greed, kam, krodh, lo, moh, ahankar, in simple words. And he reduces them and he takes us from a dark perspective into a light perspective, to be from being a pessimist into being an optimist and seeing the light in everything. As everything noble and good begins when an individual starts embracing the divine light and walks on the path of radiance. So when we are in alignment with his teachings, then there we are walking on the path of radiance. The miracle takes place each moment of our lives. Then, as the light slowly burns away, the lifetimes and scores of karmic build-up and baggage. When a master predicts something, that prediction is momentary for a particular reason or purpose. But when a master initiates you into the path of radiance, when a master takes you away from darkness into his light, that miracle is forever and evermore. So, but how many want such a miracle? They want pomp, dance, song, and drama, which is so true. So that is why it's important to ask for the real deal. Like Guruji used to say, कि मेरे कोलों छोटी छोटी चीज़ां नहीं मंगया करो, तुसी बस surrender करो, फिर देखो नज़ारे. And that surrender is to be in alignment with him. Maryada follow karo satsang mein. Don't get into the pettiness of it, the trivialities of it. Diya yani rakhna, diya mani rakhna. Light band karo, light jalao. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, he sees your love, your devotion, your shraddha. What I told Nana Sahib over 100 years ago still applies to me and all the masters. Oh, for the Lord of God, will you get going, Baba? says Rabda. This is what I said, and suddenly Rabda saw, sorry, and suddenly Rabda was in Shirdi. He was in Dwarka Mai. Baba was in the flesh, a Sai Baba of Shirdi. He saw Nana Sahib. Both of them were seated alone near the holy fire, Duni Mai. And Baba said, I will not allow my devotees to come to harm. If a devotee is about to fall, I stretch my hands, and instead of two, with four outstretched hands, I support my devotee. I will never let my child fall. Rabda saw Nana nod, and then Nana said nobody had to fear. As Baba was the god of miracles, and Rabda saw Baba smile. But it was a sad smile, a smile where his eyes did not twinkle, but went deeper within. Then Baba spoke softly. No, Nana, I do not perform any miracles. You have village astrologers. They work 2 or 4 days ahead of time and give out their predictions. Some of them come true. I look further ahead. My art is also a sort of astrology. But you people do not understand this. To you, my words look like magic, but you do not know the future. So you regard events as proofs of miracle working power, and you turn your reverence onto me. I, on my part, turn your reverence onto God and see that you are really benefited. So instead of seeing the miracles, like the tangible miracles or the intangible, the biggest miracle in our lives today is that Guruji is in our lives and we are in his fold. That is the biggest miracle, his acceptance of us. No matter what karmic baggage we have carried from our past lives, all the muck that we've carried, he embraces us wholeheartedly with absolute unconditional love. And that is the greatest miracle. The rest is life. And the rest is our karmas. But he handholds us always and never lets us down, gives us the strength and the courage to go through whatever fire we have to go through. Slowly, the image began to fade, and Rabda was back in the cave along with Baba and the holy fire. How the hell did you manage the flashback? You have grown up on such badly made films, so I thought you would like the zoom in and zoom out black and white flashback. But why is everything in black and white? Early Hindi movie flashbacks were in black and white. So just for effect, bacha. You are so funny, Baba. Oh, that I am, said Baba Sai. So understand a few things clearly now. The master's role in the life of a devotee or a disciple is not to change and manipulate the karmic blueprint. Nobody can change or manipulate the karmic. Divine Guruji cannot intervene in our karmic blueprint. The role of the master is to help each child go through their lot and their karma and experiences with calmness, courage, wisdom, positive acceptance, and positive surrender. So that is what God does. Guruji does. He gives us the strength and everything we need at that point. When I was going through my breast cancer, it was not me. He had taken over my whole personality and character. I could have reacted to it. I could have said, why me? But instead, he gave me calmness. He gave me acceptance. And I went through it like a breeze because that was his meher. So the meher is far greater than my meher of, oh no, I'm the victim of breast cancer, blah, blah, blah. This is true role of the master to enable you to go through whatever it is that you need to go through. And we need, all of us are here because we are going through that karmic journey. Also, most imperative is to make the child move towards the light and eventually merge into the light and be the light. So that is the aspiration for all hearts, to be the light in the end, to merge into his light. But unfortunately, which is our reality today, most people think otherwise. We forget that we are here for a ridiculously short time. Life itself is transient. This is almost like a dress rehearsal. And we are, aspiring and we are rehearsing to be better and not bitter. and to move towards the light, but we are so embroiled in the materialism and consumerism of life that we think that is our reality. But actually, that is not a reality, that's a fallacy, that's an illusion. So, Guruji enables us to come out of the knots of illusion. The knots of illusion to come into our reality, which is Him, which is our true divine self. They feel it is the duty, devotees, most devotees feel even today, that the duty of the master is to change, manipulate their condition and situation and karma. Thus, when they go through a harsh storm, they feel their master has let them down. So many times, Sangat will say, Guruji so rahe hain kya? Guruji, we are going through this. We are going through a financial crisis. We are so unwell. My mother is on a deathbed. Where is Guruji? Know that Guruji is there, but you are meant to be calm. And then the storm will subside. It'll dilute. A master can never let his or her child down. But the laws of karma have to be obeyed and respected. Even Guruji used to say, "Tuanu apne karm katne payege, par main baitha." If laws of karma, cause and effect, are not respected and upheld, then where is there justice and law and order in the cosmos? The master, of course, can postpone the inevitable and also can break the weight of the karmic baggage into smaller parts, but eventually the weight of the karmic baggage has to be carried. We are here to help each of you to finish off as fast as possible the karmic experiences so that eventually you are free to move ahead and experience oneness and radiance, be filled with oneness and radiance, and eventually become oneness and radiance. The more we allow procrastination of this, the more we are failing our children. So it's like parents say, we are being cruel to be kind. But if I'm always kind to my children, where will they learn the lessons? If my child cries and says, I want candy right now, and I keep giving the candy, then where has my child learned the discipline? Where has the child learned that candy cannot always be available? So remain calm. When it is your time and you deserve it, you will get it. The more we allow procrastination of this, the more we are failing our children. Remember, the only aim of life for every living organism is to merge and realize one's true origins and become one with the light. This is and should be the only true priority of every individual also. So therefore, it's important not to get into a tussle. Please, ab batti puri jalaiye. Jo bhi sangat bole, haath jodo. Thank you. Keep your own direct connection because Guruji said, "Main bhav dikhta hu." Don't get into this tussle. Don't waste your energy and expend your energy on the trivialities and just look at the bigger picture, which is moving towards Him. This is and should be the only priority of every individual. Therefore, ik chup sosu. कोई कुछ बोल रहा है उनका अपना connection, आपका अपना connection. We don't have the energy, the time, or the luxury of words to waste to get into any kind of argument or any kind of disagreement with anybody. We need to really focus on our journey and our growth, our evolvement. All other priorities are clouded with Maya and illusion and wants and desires and duality. The higher self has to be focused on. And this works towards this sole priority, and the lower self tries everything possible to work against it. So our ego will pull us down. Our ego will get into arguments. But that is it. Guruji used to say, apne veham or ahem mainu de do. And then we travel light on this path. The master stands between the higher and the lower self, slowly helping the child to not only move towards the higher self, but to rest and operate always from the higher self. Not for a little while, but perpetually. And eventually, this higher self will make you realize your true oneness. So when we're aware, living in awareness, oh, mujhe gussa chad raha hai, main react kar rahi hu. Silence. Come into your own space. Come into your space of silence and calmness. Take a deep breath. Don't react because you're creating more karma by doing that. So be calm and let the storm ride. Thus, every master in reality is one who can see into the past, present, and future. The miracles that take place are dependent on whether the master feels that this is the appropriate time for the individual to face the experience, or that the experience can be postponed till the child is more centered. So, this is a very pivotal point. So, when I got breast cancer at 42, I was at the age of 42, I could probably go through that experience. I was inevitably going to go through it anyway. But I could go through it because I had first Guruji in my life and I had more wisdom than I had when I was 25. So I anyway had to go through it, right, at one time or another, because that's my karma. Now, Guruji made sure, like, he can postpone it, but he cannot completely dissolve it. The karma is mine, but the timing is his. So I can go through it with more centeredness, with more doing jap, simran, seva, satsang. So when I did that, and one side I was going to hospitals every day, the other side I was still doing my satsang, seva, simran. So it got diluted, and pata hi nahi chala. It went in a blink of an eye. If the master feels the child will not be able to go through the karmic experience, and in fact, going through the experience might break the child and slow down the process of spiritual growth and evolution, or push the child to operate from the depths of the lower self, then the master will use his or her grace to postpone the experience. And this will appear to be a miracle. Ki kuch hua hi nahi. But one has to face it at one time. But he can postpone it. And he can mitigate the intensity of it also. Say somebody for sure is going to get bankrupt, but the master realizes that this experience of bankruptcy will make the individual bitter, mean, petty, angry, which will make the individual create more karma because of his reactivity, which would further add to the misery of the child for many future births. So the master will save the child from the fire, and it will appear to be a miracle. But say, the master feels that the experience is better to be faced and done with at this very moment and this particular life, then the master will not change the karmic timing and will let the child go through the experience. Remember, the experience will have to be undergone. There are no two ways about it. There is no escaping our karmic debts that we have to pay. So Radha Krishna had to go through being burnt alive. In fact, we made her go through it in such a horrific manner that it helped burn away all her pending karma caused by a very sharp, hurtful tongue and other past karmic baggage. We saved the child from falling into the fire, as first and foremost, the child was to be saved. And also, even if a karma necessitated falling into the fire pit, the mother would have got bitter, angry, and depressed. And she would have created further karma, which would have taken her lifetimes back into the journey of evolution. So understand this. So she had to burn in that fire, but through that burning, her pending karma caused by a very sharp, hurtful tongue and other past karmic baggage, we saved the child from falling into the fire, as first and foremost, the child was to be saved. And also, even if karma necessitated falling into the fire pit, the mother would have got bitter, angry, and depressed, and she would have created further karma, which have taken her lifetimes back in the journey of evolution. That is why masters see into the past, present, and future, and then decide what is best for the child. So whenever we used to go to Guruji, he used to say, Mainu tuada, past, present, future, sab nazar aanda hai. Then he scripts out our lives and decides what needs to be expiated when. What we do is to give the child strength, wisdom, protection, calmness to go through his or her lot with positive acceptance and surrender. But most often, many do not want his grace from us because many want shortcuts. We are living in a world where our lifespan, or not lifespan, attention span is short, and we want quick fixes. People will run to, get a Botox done because that's a quick fix. But we don't want to eat healthy. We don't want to exercise. We don't want to walk the talk. We don't want to talk the walk. So the effort, we don't want to make. But Guruji used to say, कि मेहनत करो, रहमत आएगी. So, do you understand the most important thing where the master is concerned? He or she is only interested in your good and well being and merger and is not trying to win a popularity contest. All the master needs is love. So, Guruji used to say, Mainu sirf pyar karo. Rab nu pyar karo. Rab ko lo daro nahi. Selfless love and complete surrender. So, Guruji needs love, selfless love, unconditional love, no matter what we're going through, and surrender, but complete surrender. It's not easy. We're still work in progress. We are still trying to surrender, I would say. But at least Guruji sees that we are making that effort where we are not worrying. Chinta ko chintan mein bal rahe hain. We are changing on negative, we are reframing our negative thinking into positive thinking. So the true master only seeks your love and your complete positive surrender. When he or she gets this, the master becomes a servant and slave of the disciple. And for God's sake, do not keep staring at me with your mouth agape, Rabda. So I don't know if we can read more, this was also very important and a chapter on how we still have to go through. No, it's a very long chapter, the next one, but we still have to go through our karmic, destiny, because whatever we've caused, the cause and effect is part of our day-to-day living. So every moment, though, live in awareness and trying to change the changeable. And what we can change is our attitude. And we can also step up on our gratitude. And we can be better human beings. Do a little charity today. Just say to yourself, okay, today I'm going to give a loaf of bread to somebody who's needy, or I'm going to donate some food or chocolates or whatever it may be. Donate we must. Guruji used to say, jitna daan karoge, utne bhi, usse bhi hamare karam bahut karte hain. And we come onto a higher path. So thank you, Jai Guruji. Thank you for listening. And tomorrow, same time, we will be there again.
Thank you, Auntie. Thank you so much. Beautiful reading. And indeed, a lot of answers we got. We have to really think on it. Thank you. Thank you so much. We are really enjoying this. Thank you. Jai Guruji Sangat ji.